This is the Tom Barnard Podcast. Listen live weekday mornings 8 to 9:30 or anytime you like as a podcast on the Tom Barnard app at tombarnardshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. So I actually got to go outside for a walk this morning because it wasn't pouring rain.
Nice. How'd it feel?
That? Yeah. It was wonderful to get out there. Ran into a couple of listeners, one a man, one a woman. They were both big listeners of the show, so that was good. And as a matter of fact, when I was talking to the guy, he was listening to the Souchere. So that's a good sign. Catch them all, little Souchere, little SKOR North, and a little Tom Barnard show, and you're all good to go. You're ready, right?
Great.
Absolutely.
Trifecta.
The trifecta. There you go. That's it. But yeah, but now we're talking what? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's going to pour for 3 days. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's pretty much get your umbrellas and your raincoats out or stay inside.
I've been dreading at some point the basement's going to start flooding. So
oh God, yeah.
Let's make sure that phones are charged, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that overnight you don't wake up and you got like a 12% battery and you got to go through the day and you don't have power. Stuff along those lines. Precautionary.
Cautionary tales.
Yes,
I like cautionary tales. That works for me. There's no question about it. But yeah, so we're just we're schmoozing about this, that, and the other thing, seeing anything going on in the world. And of course, the Star Tribune's really hitting it hard this morning. Happy anniversary, light rail. What? When are they going to finish that thing in Hopkins? What's that been like 55 years now?
At this point, it's more of an art piece than an actual transportation.
Is. That's a good call right there.
A social discussion on how we want to progress and move forward, yet we can't bring ourselves to actually complete our own tasks.
Yes.
I love Hopkins. It's a great time. I have a hard time picking a suburb or, Minneapolis, St. Paul, obviously I'm very fond of, but I'm trying to figure a suburb that I don't like, but there's all something special about every suburb.
Yeah, there's not one that is really head and shoulders worse, I'd say, than the others. I don't know. Maybe Anoka, is that a suburb that people always crap on a little bit?
Well, but Garrison Keillor was born there, so what's wrong with that?
There you go. See,
that's exactly why.
Halloween capital of the world. You know that, right?
No, I did not know that.
Anoka's Halloween capital of America anyway. I don't know about the world, but I know America. But I used to go up to Anoka all the time when we lived on the farm up there in Dayton. Wonderful. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just all other places suck comparatively. Don't you think?
I agree.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, suburbs, the whole day. Well, actually, the entire state of Minnesota. After going to Itasca Park, Itasca State Park, I'd never been there before. Holy God, is that a beautiful park. Yeah,
it's Minnesota. Once you get out kind of into the countryside and there's not a lot of people around, a lot of beautiful parks, lakes, recreational areas. It's not a bad place to live, especially in the summer.
When you step outside there at the Itasca State Park for a breath of fresh air, I bet you it's a little more crisp than if you step outside in Columbia Heights.
It is phenomenal. I mean, honest to God, just beautiful. What amazes me, because we drove home from Florida, and you go through Georgia and it's pine after pine after pine, just all the way home through all the states. You see this beautiful forestry. I'm having a hard time believing that they're not sucking up all this pollution we're talking about and kicking out some good oxygen. I mean, I'm sorry. Who's making money off of that deal other than Al Gore? Jesus.
Is he still around and kicking?
I don't even know.
Well, he invented the internet, remember?
Oh, that's right. He said he invented the internet. I forgot about that. That's one thing about our politicians. No ego at all.
No.
That's a great deal. What? An ego? I don't have an ego. What are you talking about? Now, this story has got to be a great story just because of the headline. I haven't seen the story yet, but the headline is someone's people I want to punch in the face list was found outside a grocery store. I think about that. Do you have someone I'd like to punch in the face list? Either the two of you?
Not a physical one, but there's definitely moments where I'm like, in life, I'm like, yep, that person. Maybe if it's not by me, somebody else could probably use a good swift punch in the face or chop in the throat.
Absolutely. All you got to do is talk them into walking around downtown. They'll get punched in the face soon enough.
Maybe I should start one of these. I have a mortal enemies list, but not a.
Oh, do you?
Yes, it's not like serious people. It's like the company Fanatics. I hate Fanatics with all my heart. Like I've talked about before on the show, the wind. I absolutely despise the wind. Tom, you mentioned it, I think it was yesterday. People who merge on the highway slow.
17 miles an hour, baby.
Mortal enemy of mine. So,
17 miles an hour. I will never understand that.
Yeah. But yeah, I do have a list similar to the punch. But yeah, that's I might have to start. I might have to start one.
People I'd like to punch list.
Yeah, why not?
I was trying to think of anybody I'd like to punch. I can't think of anybody right now, but I'll come up with somebody. I'll guarantee you that. Someone posted a photo of a list they found outside a grocery store titled "People I Want to Punch in the Face." They took the time to give it a title. Yeah. I love that.
Don't want to get it confused with any other lists they have.
No, absolutely not. Listing various names and times, but it looks like there might be an innocent explanation for it. Yeah, okay. Maybe I don't know what could possibly be. The reaction to this online has been pretty unanimous. People just want to know where they can buy this notepad. Someone posted a photo of a piece of paper they found on the ground outside their local grocery store. They thought it was a shopping list at first, but it wasn't. Instead, it had a list of names with a pre-printed font at the top that said, "People I want to punch in the face." And punch in the face is all caps. So that's good. Listed specific times as well. Emma at 12. Oh, so you're going to start punching women in the face? There's a good idea. Emma at 12 p.m. Someone named Hunt at 3 p.m. Joe at 4 p.m. 3 other people named Sophia, Donna, and Sam. So 3 of the 6 people are women he wants to punch in the face.
I'm looking at the picture, and I don't know how many guys are going to have this type of legal pad. So, and this might be a woman's list.
Yep.
Oh, you think it might be a women's list?
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, based on like the handwriting, it kind of screams a little more feminine.
Okay. Well, sir, I'm glad you. Oh, yeah. That says you can punch on a photo. I'll click on a photo and see. I'm going to give you my vote right after this.
Perfect.
So, just the notepad she's using, you think it makes her look like a woman? Oh, it's got the broken hearts.
I think those are boxing gloves.
Oh, I thought it was a broken heart. They are boxing gloves. You're right.
That's what I thought so too at first, and then it's pointed out in the comments. I would bet you this is a woman's list.
You might be right about that. Yeah, I think you might be right about that. It might be a woman's list. I can't picture Catherine punching anyone in the face, but maybe she would. I don't have any idea.
And it looks like these types of notebooks are pretty popular. Like Amazon sells about 100 different variations of a list of people I want to punch in the face.
Really?
Notebooks, yeah.
Honest to God. A few people online didn't find it funny and basically said it's like a low-grade kill list. No, it's not.
I bet those people are fun at parties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God. I wish I were this organized. We're thinking it's probably not a real list of people who need to be punched, though, because above the times, it looks like the person wrote carts. What does that mean?
Just
a grocery cart? I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This is the original post of this was found in a parking lot of an Aldi grocery store.
Oh, right? It's Aldi. Okay.
So maybe this is just the piece of paper. Take off the title.
Mm-hmm.
It no longer says people I want to punch in the face, and it just has these names in the list. Maybe it's like a manager or something that has like Sarah comes in at 4:00 and Sophia's in at 3:00.
Yeah.
And then what's the order for who's running carts at these times? Maybe it's something along those lines. Yeah.
So that's what the deal is. Do you think there's any chance, like today, probably around 9:00, about 50 minutes from right now, Ginny Hubbard will sit down and write the people I want to punch in the face list?
Is there any chance? Yes.
Yes. There you go.
How big is the chance? Super slim.
Yeah, probably super slim. Matter of fact, I got to call her because we're going to have lunch one of these days. So I got to give her a buzz. Always loved that woman. Oh, speaking of that, by the way, or maybe you know what? We'll go to break and I'll bring something. Something happened to me a couple of nights ago that I found rather interesting. The older you get, things do occur to you and they just pop into your head. You're going to love that. Mm-hmm. You are. And seriously.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss out on the 50th annual MSRI Back to the 50s weekend happening Friday, June 21st through Sunday, June 23rd at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Enjoy the event with your family and friends as you're surrounded by more than 10,000 street rods and customs from 1964 or older. Boy, that's a great year for cars, 64. Beautiful cars. Be sure to not miss out on any of the weekend's events with live music, Kids World, the Ladies Showcase, Collectors Alley, over 200 vendors, and so much more. Tickets at the door are just $15, but you can get advance tickets at participating Napa Auto Parts stores for a discounted price, and kids 15 and under get in for free. Oh my God, I'm looking at these cars. They're fantastic. Are you seeing these?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're beautiful.
Amazing.
It's like the Hot Wheels are now like massive in real life.
Yeah, they're exactly.
That's
Hot
basically
Wheels
it.
became real. Boy, they spend some time keeping these cars absolutely spotless, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Honest. Oh, look at that Chevrolet. There's an Oldsmobile. There's my grandma's car right there. Actually, I don't think either one of my grandmas ever drove. In any case, for complete MSRA Back to the 50s weekend, go to MSRA-Back-to-the-50s.com. That's MSRA Back to the 50s weekend info. Go to MSRA-Back-to-the-50s.com.
When you need someone to listen, a lawyer you know and trust.
If you've never been in an auto accident, it's hard to know what to expect from the insurance adjuster. Here are some tips. 1, if they taught you about whether or not you should hire a lawyer, it's a good sign that you probably should. 2, it's illegal for them to give you any legal advice. They aren't lawyers and they aren't licensed to practice law. 3, if they tell you that everyone involved in the accident is at fault, they're wrong. This comes from the belief that you're at fault for just being on the road. That's nonsense and not supported by any law. Finally, remember that friendly adjusters are often just gaining information. They want you to do most of the talking so they can file their report. I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Mike Lindell and My Pillow employees want to thank my listeners for all your continued support. Yes, we do. To thank you, they're having an overstock, clearance, and new product sale right now for the best prices ever. When you use promo code TOM, and you get free shipping on your entire order. Yeah, do use promo code TOM because you save money. Get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0. Also get 50% off the brand new flannel sheets that just arrived and won't last long. 6-pack towel sets, only $29.98, and take advantage of the free shipping on larger items such as mattresses, mattress toppers, 100% made in the USA, on sale for as low as $99.99. Everything is on sale, from the brand new kitchen towels that have the same technology as the bath towels that actually absorb, dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and so much more. To get the best specials ever, go to mypillow.com or call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM, and you get free shipping on your entire order. So call 800-516-5146 or go to mypillow.com and use promo code TOM.
This is the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen. Judd, I got to start. I wanted you to come on because something happened to me a couple of days ago. And, you know, as you go along in life, this does happen more and more often. But I've known Catherine for 44 years, right? So July 7th, and I guess this is why I thought of the whole thing. July 7th is our 40th anniversary of marriage, right?
Okay.
That's just coming up in less than 2 weeks, or about 2 weeks, I guess it is, somewhere in there. But, you know, so a couple of nights ago, every night, Catherine comes over and we kiss goodnight. And then I have to pet the dog. Otherwise he has a fit. I think I've mentioned that to you guys before.
Of course.
You got to pet the dog after kissing the wife, because otherwise he's all pissed off at you for the rest of his life. But something occurred to me, and it will probably happen to you guys. I mean, unless you screw up everything, which you three could do. I mean, you know, no doubt about it.
Never know.
But it just popped in my head, and I'm very serious about this. So I get a kiss goodnight. I give her a kiss goodnight. I pet the dog, and it all of a sudden just popped into my brain. You know, I love her more now than I ever have. I didn't think I could, but it just came into my, how lucky am I that every night my wife hugs and kisses me goodnight and tells me she loves me? Not a lot of people get that, I don't think, as much as they should anyway. You think that's true?
Well, yes, I think what you just said is true, because I actually feel the same way. Because I think now I'm not sure about what age it happened for you. I think once I hit 50, you get a lot of perspective on the good things in life.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
I now see why people get reflective. I guess
Yeah.
through my 30s and 40s, I didn't understand it as much because I don't know why exactly, but I'm far more reflective. So do enough people get that? Probably not. You're probably right about that. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, well, first of all, I've been putting up with it my whole life since, 44 years, at least once a month. What the hell's she doing with you? Like, oh, thank you. Thank you for the support from my friends. I really appreciate it. There's no question about it. But that's just the way life goes. The other thing I want to mention, and this is for, everybody in a relationship here, because, Tevin and AJ, you're not married, but you have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
What's her first name?
Sam.
God, I'm going to pick on her from now on. You should have never told me your name.
Maybe I just lied. You never know.
Sam, I am really depressed that I'm with AJ. Get it? See, I tied in a little. Uh-oh. Yeah, there you go. He's got the rim shot. Damn it, I was having fun and I forgot what I was going to say. What the hell was I going to say?
Advice. You were going to give us advice.
I was going to give him advice. Absolutely. I was going to, but now I was having fun with Sam. So what'd Sam do?
She works in like medical equipment sales and distribution, and like helping people get the equipment they need.
Does she mind you calling her your girlfriend?
No, I'd hope not. After
Well, I mean, some of them don't like titles anymore.
How long? Age?
2.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you were. You like 16 or something when you met her?
Yes. Yeah. So,
Yes, I was.
mhm.
Okay, what's your girlfriend's name, Tevin?
I don't know.
Don't lie to me.
I don't know. Kenyatta.
Kenyatta?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
That's a good name.
Yeah. It's hard to rhyme anything with, but
No, it's not. If you can, and you Kenyatta.
there you go.
Kenyatta. What do you think?
I like it.
So where'd you meet Kenyatta?
I met her. Where did I meet her? I think I was working. I met her through work.
Okay, so she came to one of your shows or something?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So she hate Whitey like you do?
Yes. We actually, that's how we bonded. we were at an anti-Whitey rally there every Tuesday. Yeah. Out in Loring Park. Yeah, Tuesdays out in Loring Park.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's a big gap.
No, but look, I mean, so we got 4 different ages here. Because you're what? You're
32.
And you're 25?
27.
27. So, well, you're kind of in the same group then.
Yeah.
But then there's Judd and then there's me. So 3 different. Do you guys at such a young age realize how lucky a person is to meet the right person? I mean, to get out there, how lucky you got. The only reason I ever met Catherine, she was working in my attorney's office one day answering the phone. That's the only reason I ever met her. I would have never met her. But so you stroke of luck there. But I think as you go along in life, if you got focus and aren't banging everybody on the side, which is going to be a problem if you do that, but it's one of the great things about life to realize you've been together with this person forever and ever and ever, and it's even better than it started.
Yeah, especially we're making it through all the ups and downs that happen throughout the course of a relationship. Yeah.
Oh, I hear about those once in a while. Those are brought up once in a while, but Anyway, so Josh Arnold invited me to the Twins game last night in the suite.
Yeah.
I watched the weather and I said, ain't no way I'm going all the way downtown so I can be there for 10 minutes and then it starts lightning.
Yep.
So what is it, about an hour and a half break, something like that?
Yes. I think you're
okay.
Exactly
So
right.
The game's over by what, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't go. I listened to it, and I think it was done by because it was like an hour and I don't know 20 break or something for the rain delay, and then I think they were done by 10:50 or something.
Yeah, so it was almost 11 o'clock. So you were if you did go to the game, you were there for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, it's too long. I agree completely. We talked about this. You definitely made the correct call.
Yeah, if it's going to thunderstorm, I ain't going outside. Forget it.
Well, and again, like we discussed, it's also once you get that delay, it's pushing your bedtime.
Oh, there's no question about
You
that.
know, you're like, I want to go to sleep, and hey, we're back playing. So no, I think you made the correct call. Now, how often does Josh have the suite? Because I mean, he should invite you back, hopefully, when it's going to be a nice day.
Well, you know, a typical deal. If he doesn't, I'm going to join that intifada or what the hell ever it's called. Turn on him because he's a nice Jew. You know what I mean?
Who's that? Oh, it's Josh.
Handle.
Okay.
Nice Jewish boy, you know.
Well, Josh might have the suite a lot though, so I
Probably
mean, Josh is a big deal.
Oh God! Now you've ruined my friendship with him. Now I got to think he's a big deal.
Yeah, Josh is a big deal. Hey, if you get the suite, you're a big deal, right?
Josh is a great guy. He really is a good guy. You know him well?
I don't know him well, but when I was doing the Saturday morning show with Royce there for a while on 1500, he would actually do the show after the sports talk show that we did, and
right.
Josh would come in. His son is named Judd.
Yeah, the son's named Judd. That's
you don't
exactly
see a lot of
right.
Judds out there, Tom.
Josh and Judd.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. What do you think of that action?
He'd come in and say, Judd, I want you to meet my son, Judd. I was like, whoa. That's
you know,
new
you just
for me.
now you triggered something else in my brain about families too, because Andy and Melissa, my son Andy and Melissa, are going to have a second baby. They've already found out it's a boy, but they haven't come up with a name yet. Whereas Catherine and I knew it, if we had a boy, is going to be named Andy, after Andy Fisher, my best friend as a kid. Mm-hmm. We lost Andy a few years ago. Andy Fisher was one of the greatest people I have ever met in my entire life. That's the guy I told you. He's about 5'7", weighed about 160 pounds, and could kick anyone's ass he wanted to. He was the toughest guy I've ever known. Not big, but he just had that determination. You are not going to win. That's just how it is.
Good for him.
So yeah, Andy was always going to be Andy, and Catherine thought that was wonderful anyway. And then Alexandra is Catherine's middle name. Our daughter Alex is named Catherine's middle. So we always knew before we even started having kids, we knew what they'd be called. But Ethan, of course, who is a tornado. He's 2 years old, and he is a tornado. Oh my God! The one thing I love about him is he'll walk up to you. And by the way, he's built like a brick shithouse. The kid's got muscles and he's 2. I don't know how that's possible. But he walks up and like punches you in the gut. Like, what are you doing? You nut job. Just a sweet kid. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of energy though. But I mean, they're having a tough time coming up with a name. And I said, well, 2 boys, you got Ethan. How about Ian? Ethan and Ian. What's wrong with that? But they gave me the cold shoulder.
Didn't like it?
I don't know if they liked it or not, but I mean, Ethan, what are you going to go with? You got Ethan. What else? What's the next name for a boy?
Yeah, that's a good question. Now, so did they think Ian was too close to Ethan? Was that the problem?
I guess. I don't know what the hell they
I don't mind the name at all.
Let's see. How about Allen? So it'd be Ethan Allen. They could run a furniture store.
Here we go.
What?
Here we go. That's just cruel.
That's just cruel. I'm trying to get him a job. They both could get jobs there. You could have Ethan carrying stuff around on one hand like a couch.
Yep.
I am not kidding you. The kid's got biceps that are almost as big as mine, for Christ's sake, and he's 2 years old.
So he's basically Bam Bam.
He's Bam Bam. That's exactly who he is.
You should call him Bam Bam.
We can Bam Bam Ethan. Absolutely. Uncle Judd just gave you your new nickname, Pally. But you know what's so sweet about him? He's got a lot of energy. He's always on the move. He's muscular as hell. But he'll come up to me once in a while and go, Bop Bop. That was Fawn. My granddaughter gave me that name. So Fawn, Sage, and Ethan all call me Bop Bop. Mm-hmm. So he'll come up to me, take my hand, and go, Bop Bop, Tumbleleaf. Tumbleleaf is a cartoon series. So he has this very sweet side to him, too. You know, isn't that great?
Yeah, he's like, just excuse me for being a menace 10 minutes ago. It's time for cartoons, and I'd like you to put them on the TV now.
Yeah, let's watch that cartoon right now.
That's so sweet. See, why don't people focus on things like this? How much they love their wife, their husband, their kids, their grandkids, how happy they are for it. Instead of, I just was in the elevator just now with a guy as we were walking up to the building today. I opened the door and held it for him. So I let him go through first. And he was very grateful. We talked about that nobody is polite anymore. You run into polite people ever?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
I feel like most of my interactions with people they're pretty nice.
Good. How about you?
Only when I'm not around Judd.
Oh, well, that goes without saying. Yeah, the SKOR North crew, we don't specialize in politeness.
There'll be none of that politeness crap.
No, we just body check you and get past you quickly, AJ.
So I, diving a little deeper into working with people and being married and having kids and doing this and that and all that. It's so much more important than trying to harm other people because they don't agree with your political bullshit. And that's on both sides, man. Relax. Let's go get hit by lightning at a Twins game, right?
Exactly. And tell Josh, I want the suite. I just want it on a nice day, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lame brain. Gonna call him lame brain?
It's fine with me.
All right, good. Excellent. So
I mean, it's not very kind.
No.
It's not very courteous. It's not very polite. It feels like, but I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that. I love school names, lame brain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, everybody had them.
Picking on kids at school.
Yep.
Grade school was great. I got in a bunch of fights. I love grade school.
God, I remember 9th grade at Jordan Junior High School, which no longer exists. Used to be there in North Minneapolis, but they tore it down. It's now just an open field, too. I think they call it Jordan Park. It's not a park. It's a lot. Something about park, my ass.
I love it.
But these kids got in an argument in shop.
Yeah.
You do not want to get in an argument in shop.
No.
Because they have all these, about 5 benches in a row where everybody do tinkering and trying to build stuff and all that stuff. The one kid punched the other guy and then ran to the other end of the classroom. The first guy who got punched picked up a hammer and threw it. It bounced off the middle table just as he's lifting his head over. Boom! Right in the face.
Oh, so we got him.
Oh, hit him right in the face with a hammer.
Oh man, you're right though. Shop is a dangerous place
Oh,
to get in a fight. Like recess outside where it's just fisticuffs is fine, right?
Yeah, that's no big deal.
Exactly right. But shop, oh man, that could be. I would say shop and pottery, 2 places you do not want to get in a fight in those rooms.
I whenever I had like hardware or like shop class and at Fridley, I was the most scared I've ever been in my life because I knew how dumb all of these kids were around me.
You know what?
Nobody lost any digits.
You know what? Calling them dumb that's not nice because of this. So when I was just quick story, when I was a sophomore at Benilde, okay, I had somehow managed freshman year to get through French. So I took French as my foreign language class, and I don't know how, but I passed it. Well, I'm into sophomore year, so French too, right? I got no chance. I'm going to fail this puppy. So I'm like, okay. I transferred. First hour pottery class. Kilns, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You're making ashtrays and all that crap. Okay, here's the best part. And Tom, you're going to love this. First of all, it was the most interesting collection of burnouts I've ever seen. But it was literally like a human psychology class. Because it's like first hour, these kids are all high as kites, are smoking. It's awesome. But the second thing is, you know what was on during that class on the radio every single day?
What?
The Q.
Really?
And it was the morning, so the morning show was still on. You were on. It was great. It was the greatest class. It was one of the greatest transfers I ever made. It was so much fun.
God, I should tell you, by the way, on my walk this morning, I ran into a man and a woman, both big listeners of the show, and they loved the show and everybody on it, including even you.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
Is something wrong?
Surprised too.
We were surprised.
Is something wrong?
No, it was great, though. Very nice. We continue to get the word out there so people know I didn't retire. Those lying bastards said I did. So that's good. It's a good thing, right? What? Just trying to be bastards. Well, they are the worst human beings I've ever met. But in any case, so yeah, just see, this is the kind of stuff we should talk about once in a while because the Twins won. That's great, and all the rest of it. They're doing okay, hanging 5 back or something like that.
4.5.
4.5 now. So okay.
Guardians, the Guards lost last night. They're 4.5 back now. Here they come.
So that's good. Tevin was going to rip the team. I can see by the look.
No,
on
I
your
wasn't. I
face.
wasn't going to rip the team. I'm still hung up on the fact that like just how far we've come as a society from little old Judd making ashtrays.
Oh, and I could barely. I had zero like artistic talent, so it was a gong show. Like I tried, but I sucked at it. But just being surrounded by a bunch of people stoned at 8:10 in the morning was really, really enlightening for a young man like me. I really enjoyed it.
Well, yeah. Shop class for us was very dangerous because there were so many weapons around. But I will close with this. I wish I could. Mr. Rock was the teacher's name. His real last name was R-O-C-K.
That's awesome.
Mr. Rock. And he had a voice like this too. He's probably about, 65 years old. And he's, you sons of bitches. He would call us sons of bitches in class. He's
I
all
love those days.
Oh, this was wonderful. But I will never forget. I got to pull my head up because I got to make a face. This guy decided to put a carpet tack on Mr. Rock's chair when he left the room.
Oh,
I will never forget. This guy, Mr. Rock, must have been one tough son of a bitch because those carpet tacks are long. They're big, they got that big head on them and all that. So Mr. Rock comes back in and somebody, of course, distracts him because they don't want him looking at his chair as he's sitting down. So he's talking to this guy. He sits down, stops talking, and you can see his face went. But he never acknowledged that the tack was in his butt. He never acknowledged it. I mean, that's pretty damn tough if you ask me. He's got a carpet tack right in his left bum cheek. Honest to God, I will never forget that face he made. It looked like it hurt like a son of a bitch, but he wouldn't admit it.
I thought you were going to say he went nuts and like melted down the class. That's even better. That's
He did that
old school.
Yeah, he did that anyway every day. He was a, you dumb bastards. I mean, it was
Sons of a bitches.
Sons of bitches. It's true. Isn't that a great life?
Oh yeah, school back in the day like sounds chaotic, but also a little fun.
Oh God, it was unbelievable.
Well, we could talk about school back in the day a lot at some point in time.
When we do it for like the rest of 2024, let's talk about school.
Just get through the election and talk about school. All right, guys, I got to run. I'll see you.
All right, Pally. Thanks a lot.
All right, bye-bye.
Judd Zulgad, SKOR North, ladies and gentlemen. Take a break. Be right back in a couple of minutes. Chris Egert will join us right after this. Hi, it's Tom Barnard for Livia Weight Control Centers. Now is the time to get a jump on summer. You could lose up to 20 pounds or more. I threw that or more in there for a reason. In your first 8 weeks of Livia Weight, because I think I'm on week 8 now. I think this is the end of week 8. So I think it's been 2 months I've been on it. When you join Livia, you'll receive a personalized and doctor-recommended program tailored to your unique needs. That's a very important part. It's your unique needs, goals, lifestyle. Livia's amazing team of registered dietitians and nutritionists will guide you every step of the way. Join Livia today and get your first 8 weeks free. Now, I did tell you that I was out of town for 3 days, and therefore I ate at restaurants for 3 days. And for about 3 days afterward, I could taste the salt in the food on my lips anyway. So I get back home. I didn't get to get my walks. I got about 4 miles in per day instead of 8 miles like I usually did or do like I did this morning. I got 4 in already and I'll do 4 in the afternoon. But this is something I have not done. I have not weighed this much, I believe, in 44 years, since before I met Catherine. I broke 230. I'm down to 229.6, which only took me. So basically, you're in a situation right now where I have lost 35 pounds in 8 weeks, not 20, 35. And getting back on the horse after gaining 3 or 2, almost between 2.5, 3 pounds, or 2.5 pounds, I think it was. So it just took me 3 days, Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Took me 3 days to get that 2.5 extra pounds off and back for the first time now under 230 in many, many, many years. So I'm telling you, the program works and it's not hard to do. They'll take care of you. They talk to you. You know, I didn't want to go in there and go, oh, you know what? I was out of town for 3 days, put on 3 pounds because they were all congratulatory dinners. They were Father's Day dinners. They were not meals that I could skip. You know, they were going to take me where they were going to take me, and not a lot of places. Like, don't wave a steak in my face. I have to have it. It's wonderful. But in any case, yes. So all that weight, 35 pounds in 8 weeks. I'm very, very happy with that. And if you do gain weight, don't, mope around, whatever. You can get it right back off within just a few days. It'll be fine. Join Livia today. Get your first 8 weeks free. Visit livia.com. That's livea.com, or call 855-GO-LIVIA. And Livia is now offering GLP-1 medications. I do them. They work. They really work. A lot of people, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Quiet the food noise and see accelerated results by summer. Visit livia.com or call 855-GO-LIVIA. Start your weight loss journey now and get a jump on summer the Livia way.
I've been tracking the weather in Minnesota for a long time. I'm 5 Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Ken Barlow. In the morning, I've got to be right because my forecast affects your family's entire day. And in the evening, you can count on my friend, Ren.
That's right, Ken. I'm 5 Eyewitness News Evening Meteorologist Ren Claire. And as a Minnesotan, I know our weather can be tricky. Throughout the day and into the night, I've got you covered with an accurate forecast to help keep your family safe and ready for any weather.
And don't forget, no matter how things change or what time of day, you'll always get our forecast first at the start of every newscast on 5 Eyewitness News. Start your day with me, Ken Barlow.
And wrap up your day with me, Ren Claire.
Because 5 Eyewitness News is always tracking our weather, so you're always alerted first. It's why 5 Eyewitness News is Minnesota's weather authority.
Let us take a second to talk about my bank. That would be North American Banking Company. If you own a business or are thinking about starting one, make sure to check out my friends at North American Banking Company. When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity to solve a problem, turn to their experts because they are locally owned and operated. Loan decisions are made here in the Twin Cities, not shipped out of state. This helps business owners expand with confidence. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Channel 5's Chris Egert is brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation at 952-925-5608. Where the hell are you now? Now where are you?
I'm at home.
Oh, my God. You're the laziest human being I've ever met.
It's true.
You don't ever contribute anything.
I get an appropriate amount of vacation. I don't go anywhere. I go to places like Grand Forks. So,
Are you still in Grand Forks?
No, I'm home.
Oh, you are home now. That's good.
Until last night, so I was not going to get up at 3 and go to work today. So
I could see not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning when you do something like that. Plus the fact when you're going to bed, it was probably still thunderstorming, so it was loud as hell, I would imagine.
And we were in rain the whole way. Forks to here, which is the big story today in the news because everything, the flooding concerns are getting a lot worse. And Minnehaha Creek, I think I told you a couple days ago that they were starting to get worried about the water levels on Minnehaha Creek. Now they're handing out sandbags to people along the creek. And so
right.
It needs to stop raining for a while.
Well, do you think it'll ever get to the point like at Theodorworth Park when I was walking along one time over there in North Minneapolis? Walking along, I looked down at Theodorworth Creek, and there's a body floating in there. Apparently, some hooker pissed off a guy, so he killed her and threw her in the creek.
Jeez.
I had what an easy life I've had. I look in the creek, and there's a dead woman in the creek. I'm like, good God.
Yeah. Well, oddly enough that you do say that, there's actually a car pulled from the Minnesota River down in Bloomington this morning or yesterday that had a person's body in it.
Yeah.
And while they're down there, they found another car.
Oh my God. Oh,
which
Jesus.
Apparently had nothing to do with the first car, but it had already been dumped there and nobody even knew or whatever, which I don't know. I guess that's not that surprising to me. I guess that feels like there are certain places along, whether it's Theodorworth Park or whether it's the Minnesota River, which sort of naturally seem to be the place to like dump a car or whatever it might be.
Is that one of those deals? Oh, you're going to repossess my car, are you? Okay, come and get it.
I don't know what happened with this particular thing. I know the Hennepin County Sheriff was investigating or is investigating. I always go worst case scenario. Like I'm always like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul scenario.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
That is, but I don't know what exactly happened. But
so how long had that other car been in? Do they know?
They saw it. Well, the one that they found the person's body in, they saw it go in this weekend.
Right.
So
Right.
Sunday, but I don't think I haven't read that they know how long that other one had been down there. So,
But I imagine for a while it wasn't just a big day for somebody dumping 2 cars in the river.
yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I haven't figured out. I haven't seen any more details on that. So, I mean, if it was a 1967 Thunderbird, then I guess it gives you a little bit different, and if you could tell it's covered and go to river sludge, then it looks like it's been, then it's been
Yeah.
down. But
No question. That whole idea that came from in the first place for me was a guy, that repossession of the car thing. Guy in my neighborhood when I was a kid, they're going to repossess my car, man. I go, well, that's too bad. Why? Just because I didn't pay my bill. I said, well, you didn't see that coming? He goes, don't even talk about this. Goes in the house, comes out with a can of gas and starts the car on fire.
Oh.
Like, where do I live? Where did I grow up?
Well,
here,
that's
ladies
so
and gentlemen?
dumb. I mean, he's still gonna have to pay for it.
Exactly. He had to pay for it anyway. I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing.
Let him take it. At least they could get something out of the car instead.
He sets his car on fire. Boy, there's some interesting people in the world, aren't there?
Yes, there are. Yes, there are.
So yeah, you had rain all the way back home from Grand Forks. What is that? About a 5-hour drive, 7-hour drive?
Like 4.5. So
4.5. Okay.
It was interesting though, because you could tell because up there it was pretty cold. It was like only 55 or something yesterday. And then as we got further down here, you could sort of tell as the humidity got out in Alexandria and it was pretty
Right.
we got here. So, I mean, that was obviously the front and what triggered any of the storms that eventually moved across and hit the Arrowhead. That's where they really got hit yesterday.
Right.
So that, that area between the cold front and the warm front, that's where things really get cooking. So,
Yeah. Well, we got 3 more days of it coming tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, huh?
God damn. I mean, it's one of those things though, last year, again, it started off like this and then the faucet just turned off and everything dried up and it was like, we were in a drought by the end of the summer. So it's kind of, I don't know, be nice to have a little happy medium, but.
Well, why would we do that in the great state of Minnesota? Has there ever been a happy median in anything in this state ever?
Absolutely not.
It just doesn't happen. I don't know what that's all about, but it's true.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. It's either 100 degrees or it's negative 30 with 10 feet of snow.
Right. It can't be just whatever. It's beautiful out today though. Got the windows open. Hey, I'm not working today. The world's my oyster. We'll see what's
Cloudy and 61 right now. I already went for a 4.5, 5 mile walk this morning, so that was good.
I know. I heard you say that. That's
wonderful.
I got a new new part on my leg this morning, and I was so excited to get it put on because I thought it would help my prosthetic feel a little bit better. And I was looking forward to a nice long walk, but it doesn't quite feel right yet. So I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do a 4-hour walk, but I got to do some tinkering with this thing and get it so it is adjusted right. It's weird.
Well, give us a gander. Let me see maybe I can help you out.
Yeah, would you get like hydraulics or something?
Yeah, there's like a wing on it. It makes it more fast, aerodynamic.
Oh, it's weird. It's just some of the mechanics of how it's held together. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to turn the camera.
Hey, are spoilers on prosthetic legs a thing? And if not, can we get you one? Like
paint flames.
Spoiler would be good.
Paint flames on the side.
Look at that bad
Look at
boy.
that.
Oh
Hold
my
on,
God.
I'm making the screen bigger here. There we go.
Look at that leg, man. It's a nice knee you got there.
So how the hell there we go. So
that's perfect.
this thing up here,
Nice shoes.
that's the sleeve that I had to put together to
Oh,
try
sure, yeah.
get it to hold on better. And it just feels weird. It's hard to explain, but it's kind of like what's the Princess and the Pea where the tiny little pea mattress.
Yeah, she's on top of like 10 mattresses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Things are with this prosthetic. If it's not dialed in just right, it's super uncomfortable, and then everything kind of just feels like it's off. But anyway,
There was a guy's name that had 2 fake legs that ran in the Olympics or something.
Oscar
Paralympics.
Pistorius. Pistorius.
Yep.
Now, when you wear that leg, does your wife kind of look at you like, you're not going to go Oscar on me, are you?
I think she looks at me like that anyway. It's got nothing.
She might anyway.
I mean, we've been married for like 25 years, so
5 years?
25.
Well, I was going to say, so you had what, 80 kids before you got married? Is that the plan?
No.
So how long have you been married?
I think like 25 years.
Okay, so we'll ask you the question in closing here.
Yeah.
Made the announcement this morning, or just not an announcement, but talked about the fact that last night or 2 nights ago when Catherine kissed me goodnight and gave me a hug, I realized at that moment, it just popped in my head, I love her now more than I ever have.
Oh,
but I mean, that's how it should be, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. That's great. I mean, for sure. Because it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes people kind of just become, a couple of people who live in the same house, but don't necessarily.
Well, there is that.
Enjoy each other's company and stuff. So that's good. You got a good lady there. You know that.
She's unbelievable, except for the fact if I ever told her that I love her more than I ever have, she'd go, "Oh, good for you."
Well, she's got to play it tough, right?
Yeah, she does. There's no question about it. I will tell you, tip of the cap to her because we're moving, so she's getting the house ready to put on the market. She is working her ass off, man. I mean, she's sanding and painting and doing this and doing that. She's really good at all that stuff.
Moving sucks so much.
It does. I hate moving.
Every time I ever move, I'm like, I'm never moving again. This is ridiculous.
I understand, Pally. Okay, well, have a tough day sitting around the house. Okay?
I'm going to go down and see. I'm going to go to the My Pillow outlet today and see if I can find a new pillow. That's my goal for the day.
Why don't you call Dawn Curtis? She'll hook you up. She's great.
I'm going to go in myself and test drive them and see which one's going to fit.
You're going to test drive?
Because they moved down. I just noticed that they moved their retail location down in Shakopee now. It used to be in Chaska, so it's
right. Yes.
So I just drove by there the other day, and it's a big exciting day. I'm gonna probably get the Giza.
Dream sheets.
Too, yeah.
Well, the pillowcases, yeah. There you go.
Like I'm going to Egypt every night when I lay down.
Well, it's nice you're Mike Lindell. He's busting his ass, but Dawn Curtis, man, I'm telling you, you got to get to know Dawn.
All right, I'll give her a shout when I'm down there.
All right, Palomino, we'll talk to you later.
All right, I'll be at work tomorrow, so.
Sure you will. Yeah.
All right.
Talk to you later. Bye. Did you just give me the finger?
No.
You go, no. Thank you, Chrissy. Channel 5's Chris Egert is brought to you by Mr. Money Talk. Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation at 952-925-5608. We shall take a break. Be right back in a couple of minutes. Little news, information right after this. Some hunyucks coming in right at 9 o'clock. Did you lock the door?
I'm going to do that during this break.
Okay, good. Excellent. When you go to a restaurant, you expect the chef to be an expert. You expect your auto mechanic to be an expert when it comes to fixing your car. You judge them both by the results of their work. Josh Arnold is an expert in investments and planning your financial future. Josh Arnold is my expert, and he should be yours too. I talk to Josh every week, and he understands the market, the economy, and he knows how to plan for your retirement. Don't put it off another day. The man with your plan is Josh Arnold. Call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You got nothing to lose, that's for sure. And you'll have an expert planning and managing your financial future. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. I am a paid endorser.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain and chip issues, all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? Inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HD pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
Mike Lindell of MyPillow employees want to thank my listeners for all your continued support. To thank you, they're having an overstock clearance and new product sale right now for the best prices ever. When you use promo code TOM, you get free shipping on your entire order. You get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0. Also get 50% off the brand new flannel sheets that just arrived and won't last long. 6-pack towel sets for only $29.98. And take advantage of the free shipping on larger items such as mattresses and mattress toppers. 100% made in the USA, on sale for as low as $99.99. Everything is on sale, from the brand new kitchen towels that have the same technology as the bath towels that actually absorb dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and so much more. To get the best specials ever, go to mypillow.com or call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM, and you can get free shipping on your entire order. So call 800-516-5146. Go to mypillow.com and use promo code TOM.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Yeah, we're back, and I've always hated Brittany. I'd just like to point that out. Ladies and gentlemen, she's now saying, I forgot to turn my watch on for part of my walk this morning, so it only says 4.25 miles instead of 5 miles. She's saying, oh, yeah, sure you did. Oh, you're right. Yeah,
You lie. I'm in a walking challenge, so
walking challenge? You mean like off most jobs?
I
What the hell was
at
that?
Hubbard, we have a walking challenge. We have a team. I remember last year I did it, and you were so annoyed because every commercial break I would go do laps around here. But I'm not okay. I'm only at 5. I'm at about 5,500 steps today.
Well, that's it? Was that about 3 blocks?
Sorry, some of us can't just dedicate our lives to walking in circles like the polar bear at Como Zoo.
The polar bear. Is there a polar bear at Como Zoo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
He looks miserable most of the time.
Yeah, they did get him a bigger enclosure. Shout out to Como Zoo. I do love Como Zoo. They did give him a bigger enclosure, but for like my whole childhood, it was like as big as this room.
Okay, so I got to reveal right. May as well just tell you the truth right away.
What?
I was going to hold back, but I'm not going to hold back. I bought MyTalk, and you're out.
Yeah, I figured. You would. You would buy MyTalk.
Well, you know their call letters are K-Tommy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
KTMY.
I remember when they bought that, they thought eventually Tom's gonna buy us out.
K-Tommy.
You know what? You should buy MyTalk. It's a great investment.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, that you're there, you mean? Is that what you're saying?
No, it
trending up.
I've always.
What an ego.
You
My-
know, I've always loved MyTalk.
I know you have. There's no question about that.
Where talk is fun.
We're talking. Are you going to have me on as a guest once in a while?
I don't know. I don't even like. You think that I've actually had the realization that I get a show? Do you think that's like at all set into me at all? Like
You still don't realize it, do you?
Even though it's named the Brittany Arneson show?
No, it's Brittany and Kendall. I do have
Brittany and Kendall.
Thank God there's someone else there. But no, if you think that, like, you know me. I've been going to Loj's live broadcast, and everyone's like, "We're so excited for you." I'm like, "Why?" Oh yeah.
Oh God, it still doesn't register.
No.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm not a show. I'm not somebody who has a show. Like, hi, want to be on my show is not something my mouth does. So yeah, you can be on my show, but I don't know what that means yet.
You're an A-list celebrity now.
I thought so. But I've always thought that.
Yeah, no, that's a fact, by the way. I've known this woman since she's 17 years old. The one thing I will tell you, honest to God,
What?
You're the first woman that has ever left a show that I worked on that didn't blame me for leaving.
No, but not to your face.
Well, that's true. That's a very good point.
Wait till you hear her first show opening segment.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch, Barnard.
This is
I can
stepping.
hear
I like to
that.
call him Stepping Stone, Bernard.
Yeah, stepping stone Bernard. I walked on his back, and then until I got the K-Tommy job.
I started out on his tailcoats, and the next thing I know, I'm on his back using him as a
Tailcoats?
ladder.
I think it's a coat tail.
Sorry, I can't believe I got hired and also.
Why do you
flip
have
words.
your own show? This is a disaster.
I thought so.
I hope they're not listening right now.
No, I think Dan's traveling. He's in my walking team challenge, and he's getting a lot of steps in. So I think he's somewhere where it's really walkable.
Okay, so tell us about Kendall. I don't know anything about Kendall.
She's so lovely. I only met her.
Lovely.
I know. I only met her like a month ago now. So they were like, "Hey, will you go to lunch with Kendall?" And I was like, "Sure." So we went and had lunch and we hit it off. And then we had live auditions for my co-host on air from 7 to 9 p.m. on MyTalk. So it was like this secret radio audition, and people would call in. They're like, "This isn't the normal replay," and Grant would go, "I know," and then like hang up.
Love Grant.
Yeah. And then like, so all of a sudden we had a bunch of people, and all of them were amazing, beyond amazing. But I had no choice in the matter. But I do have to say, me and Kendall are the perfect combination of very different, and then have a lot of the same life things going on right now.
Yeah. Same age, kind of.
Yeah, she's 34. I'm 38. And then she said,
"You're 38. I've known you for 20 some years."
I know you think I'm a teen mom.
Oh,
Still a teen
God.
Thank you,
Still a
AJ.
teen
Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Tevin. I know.
Honest to God, I've known you for 21 years. That's really depressing.
But you know what she said to me? We were talking, and this, you guys will get a crack out of this, as I couldn't even fathom this. She said, "Yeah, the other night I tried to go to dinner with my husband without makeup on, and I panicked and went back in the car and put on makeup."
Oh, you guys are the exact same person.
Exactly. Like looking in a mirror, like looking in a GD mirror. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, there's just things like that I just want to make fun of her about, because we are very different.
Mm-hmm.
Like and my mom was like laughing because we both kind of agreed. I'm like, it's not, a lot of times I just think I look so pretty. I don't need makeup.
Oh, God. Jesus, what?
Humble
No
too.
ego on its way here. You're going to be impossible in about 6 months. Tom, remember when you used to be in radio?
I'm sorry. Listen, Tim, it's not that big of a deal.
You're gonna walk into the office, just throw your coat on top of me at my desk, and be like, "There you go. I'll be back in a few hours."
She doesn't talk to any of the other shows that have less ratings than her.
It's like The Devil Wears Prada. I throw my coat and assume you have like a drink for me waiting, and just take your drink.
Okay, so now the station is at what dial position for people who might not know?
107.1.
107.1.
Yep. FM.
That's K Talk.
K Tommy.
Hey, Tommy, I mean.
Yeah.
What time are you on, Brittany?
I'm on 3 to 6, starting July 8th.
July. Okay, then. Oh, that's a Friday. You start on a Friday?
No, that's a
no.
Monday.
That's right. It's the day out. I always mix up 4th of July with July 7th because that's Catherine and my anniversary.
Me too. I always get those confused because of your anniversary.
There's no question. So a Monday the 8th.
Monday the 8th. We're gonna have a week off. So the
a week off.
Low J's last broadcast.
Oh, okay.
Let me just finish. Okay, Thomas Barnard.
So just putting vacation days in before the show even starts.
After our first day, then I'll take a week off to just like
there's a shock.
Break that down of what happened. So no, Low J's last broadcast is the 27th. We're doing like a big party. It'll be amazing. And then we have
your invitation to that party.
They don't invite me into the Hubbard studios. Are you crazy?
You want to come?
They've already got one black guy in there. They've met
party?
their quota. Yeah.
Do you?
I mean, I've never met any of them, but I'll come there and be a good time.
I think you're talking a big game.
Yeah,
I don't think you would go if I invited you.
Tevin, come with me.
Let's go. Me and AJ.
Yeah,
we'll get drunk and have a fun time.
Low J's broadcasts are so fun. And then we have a week off for the 4th of July week. And then we start. So we've got a week buffer in between shows.
We have that week off too.
You want to party? You want to do drugs?
Yeah, that's what I would do. Let's do a little fentanyl. That'd be really great. There's no question about it. You know what's so funny about that? That show's been on the air how long?
22 years.
22 years ago, these two women walk into the queue.
Yeah.
And they're making these fake nipples.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They're still mad at you that you didn't have them on their show.
I did have them on the show.
No, you didn't.
Is she nuts? Which one is this? Is it both of them?
I refuse to. First off, it's Lori, and good luck going head toe to toe with Lori. You would fall madly in love with those two women so quickly. Oh yeah, they would have you going, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Oh, I would.
Yeah,
I only do that for Catherine.
Yeah, well, they have Catherine energy, that's for sure.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
No question. How come you didn't invite Catherine to be your guest host?
I tried.
Did you?
She's like, wait, every day? No thanks.
Yeah, there you go. That is Catherine right there. Okay, so 3 to 6, 107.1.
107.1. Where talk is fun. Yeah.
And then you got and your morning show just got an award. I know that.
Yeah, they won a Gracie.
A Gracie. There you go.
Yeah. And you know how much you and I really care about awards.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
I know how much I'm actually surprised you even knew that.
You know, one of my favorite things about that winning awards is when I am the only commercial announcer from Minnesota in history that made it into the National Radio Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
It was a very big deal.
It's a very big deal.
I looked down at the general manager the whole time I was up on stage in Chicago, because all of it's, you go down there and do that.
Yeah.
She had this look of hatred on her face. Never happy for one moment for me.
Yeah.
Why are people like that?
Well, maybe that's what drove you to get that award. Did you ever think of that?
No.
Well,
I never thought of that.
yeah, that's what drove me.
Well, that's what it was.
Is that mug going?
You son of a bitch, I'm coming across the table.
That's surprising. You won an award, and the memory that sticks out is our general manager mean mugging you.
Well, that's the whole deal. Like I said, highest rated morning show in America at a 35 share.
You'll
And
honestly,
they had to mess the whole thing up.
do you know how what you've done is so wild and crazy to this day? Everywhere I go, there's once in a while, there'll be somebody that comes up to me and is like, you were on KQ Morning Show. What was that like? Like, people still
Horrible.
I get discounts for my oil because of my proximity of you. So like, you've done something that's amazing. And
I love it. There's no question.
I don't think radio will ever be like that again. It's split into
No.
so many things now. And you've had kind of the best of all worlds.
No question about it. There are 3 people from Minnesota in the National Radio Hall of Fame.
Who?
Stanley Hubbard the first.
That makes sense.
Garrison Keillor.
Yeah.
And me.
That makes sense.
And nobody gave a rat's ass. It was unbelievable.
Me and Stanley Hubbard's son, who's now, how old do you think Stanley Hubbard is now?
Well, he's got to be in his 80s. I know that.
He comes into work every day.
Yeah, he does. But he's always down in the cafeteria. I love that. Every time I see him, he's in the cafeteria.
Can I tell you some tea on him?
Yeah.
So, are you scared?
Well, no, I was just gonna say he's 91.
Yeah, well, I
He's
got
91.
some.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. So I got some. So I've changed the way I eat lunch because of the way Stanley eats lunch. Yes, and I'm actually would never call him Stanley, Mr. Hubbard.
Why not?
Because obviously, look at me. So I was in line with him, and I've been wanting to talk to him. His birthday is the same as Margot's.
Oh.
And so that was going to be my conversation starter because I'm kind of a weird person. So I'm like, just have something in your pocket, Brittany, in case
Wait, a weird person?
like next thing you know, I'm like talking about something. I just wanted to have like a go-to, like, hey, you have the same birthday as my child. But every time we actually now have inside, I don't know if he knows we have inside jokes, but we definitely do. In the salad line, he looks at me after he makes a salad, he shuts it and shakes it with an intensity I have never seen in my life. The trust he has in this box, and he shakes it. And I was like, because I do like a little Kardashian shake, like, and I started going, hey, he's a leader of men. He's as a mogul. He has all the things. Why am I not shaking it? And then I found out from Ginny that the reason now he does that in the cafeteria and not his office is because one time he's done it.
Oh, I remember that.
All over his office.
I remember that. Yep.
But like, that inspired me to be more aggressive in my life.
He probably thinks he's in some weird feud with you. Like, she thinks she can outshake her salad. I'll show her.
I'm so obsessed with him. Like, we both get salad. So every time I tell Shelly at the cafeteria, I'm like, it's like looking in a mirror. Me and Stanley Hubbard.
That food is good there, by the way.
And cheap.
You got good chow.
It's so good.
But what's so great about the Hubbards, which is why I'm happy I'm going to wrap up my career with the Hubbards. That's where it started and that's where it'll end.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. But after I hadn't seen Stanley Hubbard in almost 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years I hadn't seen him. I walk in the cafeteria. He goes, hey, Tom Barnard, how are you? I had no idea he'd even know who I was.
He's so casually cool.
He really is. He's a great guy.
Oh, he's so cool.
I mean, Ginny's okay, but
Ginny's so cool, and it will spill the tea on her dad. And it's so funny because I was like, I just want you to know he's changed me as a person. And like, this is how I shake my salad now. She's like, let me tell you. It was just like so funny. It was like very daughter, coded.
I love that stuff. There's no question.
How's everything going here?
Everything's going along just fine. The thing about this whole deal is that I'm going to have to do something about the fact that they lied and said I retired, because everybody I run into now goes, God, I wish you hadn't retired. I'd love to listen to your show.
Yeah, but you're like, why? I mean, who cares?
Well, it's hard to get people to listen if they think you're on your way to death.
But you have good numbers. Aren't you just chilling here. Like this
Yeah,
is
I mean, it's great. It's building
Yeah.
every month, which is
Yeah.
kind of nice. There's no question about that. But it's just, why did they have to make it harder than they needed to?
duh. You were competition. Doesn't that seem obvious?
Okay, there's no competition. We have to have at least a 1.5 share, don't we?
It's at least 1.6.
We got to take a quick break. Can you stay Can you stay for Kristen Bird?
Yeah, I love Kristen.
Kristen's wonderful. But we have one more segment before Kristen, and then we're going to have Kristen Bird with, what's your name again? I forgot.
Don't even Kendall. I'm Kendall.
Mesa Kincaid, ladies and gentlemen, in studio with us. And God, how long has she been cacked now? She's been gone a long time, hasn't she?
Rest in peace.
What?
Just that is an amazing way to ask how long somebody's been dead. How long she's been cacked?
Cacked.
I've never heard that term. and
You've
it
never
really
heard
threw me off.
cacked?
No.
Oh, we used to hear that all the time. You keep running your mouth out, cack your ass.
You need to go to break so I can quickly get 5 miles in. so
Okay,
I
we'll
can beat you.
go to break. We have one more segment, and then about 9:15, we'll have Kristen Bird join us. It'll be great.
That was great.
Brittany in studio now, big shot with her own show. What?
Okay. I'll have to believe you. One of these days.
One of these days you'll believe it. We'll be right back. K&L Surplus and Ammo in Atlanta Lakes is my choice for firearms and ammunition. Jim, the owner, is one of the most knowledgeable people in the business and is great at getting you into the right firearm for your needs. We've talked about that before. You need the right firearm. Jim's the guy who can get it done for you. K&L Surplus and Ammo now carries Benelli shotguns that offer enhanced performance, amazing reliability for uses ranging from waterfowl hunting to skeet shooting and more. I highly encourage you to stop in, talk with Jim and the rest of the K&L Surplus crew. Between their superior knowledge of firearms, friendly customer service, overall stock, and fair pricing, I can't imagine a better location to purchase your next firearm. K&L Surplus and Ammo is on Lake Drive in Atlanta Lakes, open Tuesday through Saturday. You can reach them by phone at 763-757-2614, or you can also visit them online at www.klgunstore.com.
Is that text you're sending so important that you missed your turn? Is that text you're sending so important that you ran the red light? Is that text you're sending so important you didn't see the ball coming onto the road or the child that followed? Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. When you take your eyes off the road for even 4 seconds, your vehicle travels 100 yards. That's the entire length of a football field. If you absolutely have to text, you need to pull off the road somewhere safe and do it from there. Texting and driving is against the law and can cause serious injury or even death to you and others. Now that is important. We hope you're never injured in a collision, but if you are, please contact us.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Going farther with Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
I'm here talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, it seems like banking has changed quite a bit since you first opened your doors in 1998.
Yes and no. In 98, we didn't have online and mobile banking like we do today. Many banking processes have also changed. One thing that hasn't changed is we still provide a true community bank experience right here in the Twin Cities.
Our team takes the time to get to know our customers and their goals. This creates a relationship that is unique in banking today and one our customers appreciate. It's why we like to say we provide a better banking experience.
You're absolutely right, Brad. I've been a customer for a long time. The service your team provides is phenomenal.
Thanks, Tommy.
So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Liars. We're back. What do you think of that?
Do you want me to read something? Because now I have big money for me to read ads.
Oh, God. She's not even on the air yet, and we're already hearing how wonderful she is.
All
What's
right.
wrong with
You want me to do some intros or outros for free?
Yeah, that'd be
Do
great.
you want me to do your phone ring? Hey, you're calling Tom Barnard. I can be your voicemail.
Yeah, great idea.
You're welcome.
Good plan. So what are you going to do next year when you get fired?
I don't know. Probably this.
I'll probably get that going. Why do you think it is you have such a casual attitude? Most people in this business do not have casual attitudes about it.
About this job?
About, being on the radio, podcasting, whatever it is.
Because if I screw up, no one dies ever.
Well, you might, but
Yeah, that's true.
I'll
might
say,
take you
yeah,
out.
and being in the Army probably helps. We were like, I've seen actual serious stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna take this too seriously.
I come from the environment. If I script a word or if I say the wrong thing, I will laugh about it.
Yeah,
I
no, I
don't take
understand.
myself serious enough. I talk all the time. 90% of what I say, I just make up, and everyone. And you're probably the only person that calls me out when I say things
Oh,
wrong.
God.
But you lied today, so I can't really trust
I
you.
lied. What did I lie about?
Said you walked 5 miles and it was 4 point something.
Dude,
So
it's honest God, it's been now 21 years of pure hell.
do you think I should be more serious?
No. Why
Very
would you
cool.
want to be serious?
I don't know, because you're so cash about it. I feel like I was gonna wear a t-shirt and then thought I'll wear a sweater for Tom Barnard. That's not as
Oh,
serious.
Got all dolled up.
Yeah. Don't watch the YouTube video. With full formal.
Yes, just take our word for it.
Just trust me on this
We're in
one,
a
guys.
tuxedo. It's unbelievable.
I look amazing.
Well, that's just a given. But
All right.
no, as a matter of fact, I think it's great that they're doing what they're doing. First of all, MyTalk was a good idea anyway. Nobody had ever done that before.
Isn't that wild? Because
Yeah.
think about people that you know, when you're in a social situation, women are sometimes are holding court all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of funny that there isn't 2 women hosts really in any major market, especially 22 years ago.
Oh God, no. 22 years ago. You're right.
And so it's just kind of it's novel, but maybe shouldn't be novel. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, don't ruin it then.
I can't make any promises. Tell me what advice I should take. Give me some advice.
Just be you. The one thing I have noticed about radio now,
Yeah.
and I don't know, not so much in podcasts because that's more direct, but they're back to doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
How you doing today? I'm rocking it, man. It's
Yeah.
like, really? This is not 1950. Why are you talking like that?
So I won't say what station, but I was approached by a music to music station.
Okay.
And I listened and said, I could never. I would say, ready, go. And I'd say, hey, you don't forget to wear your pants out at the mall today. Like, because it was so quick in between.
Right.
And I was listening to them and I go, we wouldn't even get into the meat of anything.
No.
I would literally panic, I think, every time and be like, sex and rock and roll, baby. Yeah. And run out of the studio.
I hate that so much. I mean, it's just not good radio.
No.
It's just not.
Yeah, I feel like I've been pretty lucky to do longer form radio. I mean, KQ and in podcasting stuff, but like the idea that you're probably jealous because I get to do long form radio, not in a morning show.
Yeah, I'm jealous. That's true.
You look so jealous.
I really do. Oh, let me tell you something that happened to me 3 times this week.
What?
Somebody asked me to tell that Rodney Dangerfield story about Jeff Cesario.
Yep.
So I told the story.
Yeah.
Right. And after I'm done, this woman goes, God, it's amazing. You sound just like him and you look just like him.
That's brutal.
3 people told me I look like Rodney Dangerfield.
Do these windows open?
Right.
Oh my God. You can like,
I mean,
there's a young Rodney though.
Hey, let me tell you.
that is not what you're going for in life.
No, looking like Rodney. No, it's
No.
not. There's no question about it.
Somebody asked me, my sister who's 5 years older than me, asked me, who's older? And so I immediately again checked if the windows opened. How dare they?
Who's older where?
They asked me, they looked at me and my sister who's 5 years older than me,
I see what you're
Lindsay,
saying.
and then they
Okay.
said, which one of you is the older one? Which one's the older sister? And I said,
I mean, maybe that's just like they're trying to compliment your sister. Like when we call your mother
Yeah.
your sister.
yeah, which like is a very weird thing when people do. Your sister here. And then they stare and go, huh?
You know, it's going to be great. We'll take a
What?
very quick break here. Kristen Burt will join us. And during that times when Andy comes in, you can say hello to Andy.
Love.
Because he'll be on the couch in the other room. That'll be good.
Love Andy. I'm sure he's going to be so excited to see me.
Oh, I don't think it's
He'll-
ever going to end.
He'll go, hi, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany, what
Or-
the hell are you doing here?
How's okay, bye. Do you
Nice
want me to
having
do the intro and out does North American Bank want to pay extra and I'll do the intro and
Well,
out?
so they have to pay extra for you, though.
I mean,
I knew we should have had you come on the show today.
It was just a really bad idea.
shout out to Bilski.
Bilski will be a big listener. I can promise you that. He
Yeah.
will. There's no doubt about it. We'll take a break. Be right back in a couple of minutes. Kristen Burt will join this hellhole in minutes. When you go to a restaurant, you expect the chef to be an expert. You expect your auto mechanic to be an expert when it comes to fixing your car. You judge them both by the results of their work. Josh Arnold is an expert in investments and planning your financial future. Josh Arnold is my expert, and he should be yours too. I talk to Josh every week, and he understands the market and the economy, and he knows how to plan for your retirement. Don't put it off another day. The man with your plan is Josh Arnold. Call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll have an expert planning and managing your financial future. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. Tom Barnard is a paid endorser.
I've been tracking the weather in Minnesota for a long time. I'm 5 Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Ken Barlow. And in the morning, I've got to be right because my forecast affects your family's entire day. And in the evening, you can count on my friend, Ren.
That's right, Ken. I'm 5 Eyewitness News evening meteorologist Ren Claire. And as a Minnesotan, I know our weather can be tricky. Throughout the day and into the night, I've got you covered with an accurate forecast to help keep your family safe and ready for any weather.
And don't forget, no matter how things change or what time of day, you'll always get our forecast first at the start of every newscast on 5 Eyewitness News. Start your day with me, Ken Barlow.
And wrap up your day with me, Ren Claire.
Because 5 Eyewitness News is always tracking our weather. So you're always alerted first. It's why 5 Eyewitness News is Minnesota's weather authority.
I hosted my show on the radio for 40 years. Now I host the Tom Barnard podcast. And I'll tell you, I've never seen the passion and engagement from our audience as I do now. I know we also have businesses that listen to our podcast, and it got me thinking, wouldn't it be great to help those businesses grow by telling my listeners about them? So here's the deal. If you own or handle marketing for a business, would like to have my audience buy your product or service, visit TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner, and we'll put together an ad campaign to help your business. That's TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner, and thank you for listening.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Jacking my whole life.
Jaw jacking up a storm, man.
Kristen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Burt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company, Bilski. Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Don't bring up the fact that she was on a very successful podcast and had to drop down to get back into radio. Don't bring it up, Kristen.
I was on.
I kept her secret. I knew.
I know. Kristen knew right away.
Oh, she did?
I guessed it, actually.
Yeah.
I kind of suggested it, and then I got like a shh emoji, and I was like, okay, I won't say anything.
She manifested it. You actually manifested it.
Did I? Did you know exactly when we started that conversation, or was the conversation starting?
I knew when they announced their retirement. I got a call that day from Amy saying, "You ready for this?" And I was bawling. So,
is it true that you pushed them out the door towards retirement?
Oh, yeah.
They're strong
Yeah.
on your way.
We did the
in?
showgirls pushing them down the stairs.
yeah, I gave them 2 envelopes, and I was like, "Here's one where you leave with disgrace, or here's one where you leave with honor. Your choice."
Well, now she's Italian.
Yeah. So I kept the
Love
secret for like 2 months, 3 months maybe.
Yeah,
I think
and
that's pretty good.
I didn't. I told a lot of people.
Told everybody.
Right, Hubbard's
I
listening.
held up my end of the bargain. That's all that matters.
Including Kristen, because I sent her a shh.
But I was like, that's so perfect for you. Like, you should do. Yeah. She was like, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I won't say a word. But I have a lot of secrets. Like, people tell me secrets a lot. And I'm like, when I go to my grave, it's going to be a huge weight of secrets.
Which is crazy because you're an entertainment reporter.
Yes. And here's my thought.
Huh.
There is always, like, especially when it comes to like a show where I've been embedded into it, like Dancing with the Stars. I've done, I've been embedded with a lot of the backstage and covering the show. There's stuff that helps the dancers or helps the celebrities and contestants. And that's like fun, juicy gossip. But like the dark stuff, doesn't help anyone. It could ruin families and marriages and things like that. So I keep it to myself.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. This is kind of on the same topic, but I need your advice. I'm taking my car into the shop today because it needs repairs, and Justin Timberlake's picking me up there and driving me home. What do you think?
If it's before happy hour, you're safe. If it's after happy hour,
Kristen Burt, when you're worth $300 million, do you drive drunk?
Well, as I said yesterday, he makes really poor decisions with alcohol. Alicia Wainwright, and he had a very public, at least PDA exchange in New Orleans while he was drinking. I mean, he said nothing happened, and I'm like, I don't buy it. I mean, maybe nothing did happen, but if you're holding hands on a balcony in New Orleans while people are filming you and you're not caring.
Yeah, it is like a wild thought to think about. Like, I like all three of these men, but I can't imagine being like, let's hold hands.
Oh, I know. Let me hold your hand for a couple hours.
Like, literally never. So that's a weird friendship.
Right. And like hands on the knee, like the hands were on the knees, like, like the caressing. We've all been there when you're flirting with someone and you've had a couple of cocktails, it leads to something else. I'm sorry. But, and the other thing too, is he's a long history of this. He dated Cameron Diaz, cheated on her. He's cheated on his wife, Jessica Biel. Olivia Munn came into the situation at a certain point. Like, these are all verified, very public things, because he's kind of sloppy when it comes to his personal life. And I'm going to guess that a lot of it surrounds alcohol, and maybe, just maybe, he wants to take a look at his relationship with alcohol. I'm just throwing it out there.
How come I don't have a relationship with alcohol? That sounds good.
Pretty sure you had to break up with alcohol.
I'm pretty sure that we did break up, 13 years ago? Is that what it was?
Just remember, I have one more year than you.
I love this argument.
Honest to God.
I was an influencer. I was like, you should try getting sober. And then a year later, Tom was like, I want to be like Brittany. And then
that's sober. What it was. Yes. I am going to be just like Brittany, a massive pain in the ass.
We acknowledge, first off, Kristen, you look like $1 million. I love your eyebrows. Secondly, do you have a studio?
I've always had a studio. This is
like, I miss your clothes. Where are your clothes?
I know. Well, see, I've always had a studio. And I don't even know if you remember this. When we first went on, they pushed me into my closet.
Oh, yeah. That's the men. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I got pushed into my closet. And then I needed my studio because I had an interview immediately after the show. I didn't have a moment to transition from my closet, which is across the other side of my house, to my studio. So I'm like, this is where I'm going to be. And nobody's kicked me back into the closet. So
I love that. She goes, my other studio is way across the other side of the
I'm in a condo, guys. I am not in a mansion. I do not live in a house.
How many steps
y'all
got, right?
How many steps?
But it is far enough away that I'd have to drag, because I like to hardwire so that we always have a good connection. And I don't want to drag it across the house and the lights. You know how it goes.
Yeah, you look like $1 million, and I like your studio. You're killing it in the game.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So hopefully no one will kick me back to my closet.
Oh, I'm going to send a fake email.
Fake email.
Get her back in the closet.
Go back to the closet.
We have so many listener emails that are begging you to get back in the closet.
Someone asked me, they're like, did you get a new studio? I have gotten a couple emails. I'm like, no, I've always had this studio. This is where all of my interviews are done, but except for Tom's show, but I'm kicking myself out of the closet.
All right, Tom, what is your advice to Justin Timberlake?
Well, my advice?
Yeah, because he's in a real pickle right now.
What the hell? And seriously, isn't he worth several $100 million?
He is. His net worth is up there. And I will say that he is continuing on. If you have tickets to a Chicago show, it is happening this weekend. So I'm going to assume he's going to make fun of himself at some point on stage, because he's going to have to, because it's going to be the elephant in the United Center otherwise.
I was laughing at there was like a police report that was detailed, and like somebody got an inside scoop. And apparently the cop that pulled him over, quote, was so young that he didn't even know
who he was.
He didn't recognize him or his name, the insider said. And then a second source added that Justin, under his breath, said, "This is going to ruin the tour." The cop said, "What tour?"
What tour?
And he goes, "The world tour."
The world. Yes, the
World's tour. Also, a reminder, there's a fake report out there on social media saying that he was found to have like all these drugs in his system, toxicology. He did not take a breathalyzer. He has not taken a blood test. That is a fake report, just so everybody knows in case you read that.
Oh, yeah. So he didn't have poppers in his system.
He didn't have poppers and cocaine.
Which is hilarious because, like, if you have a bunch of money, why are you buying poppers? So even when I read that, I was like, what?
It also had, was it Truvada, the PrEP for gay men?
Yep.
To prevent
there you go.
HIV. So he did not have that in his system.
If you're that wealthy, why would you even want to drive drunk?
Yeah, or ever.
I mean, why would you even want to drive? Come and pick me up.
No, right?
Right.
I don't know, because even when we go out to dinner and I have one drink, I usually don't drive. I usually let my husband do all the driving, or if I'm the one driving, I sit there and I have my drink super early, eat the meal, eat dessert, sit more, and then go, because even one drink for me is a lot on my system.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. I'm small. I'm 5'3".
That's true. That's true.
Thumbelina.
I'm pocket size.
For the listeners out there, don't ever drive drunk. There's nothing good that can happen ever. You get a lucky deal if you get home driving drunk. It's lucky, but nothing good ever comes from it.
Right. Leave your car, call that Uber, call that Lyft, even if it's, surcharge and you're like, it's going to be $100. That will be $100 well worth it, because the alternative of driving drunk and possibly killing other people, it'd be horrific.
No, some people are going to go, you know what? I've had enough of Justin Timberlake. He's been a pain in the ass now 3-4 times, and I'm sick to death of him. Some people.
The history of Justin Timberlake. Oh, I've been done with him a long time. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I know.
Wardrobe malfunction was pretty much. Look I'm wearing my Janet t-shirt today.
She was here last night.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
I love her.
Where?
Did she have anything to say about Justin?
The caboose?
I saw a post that apparently she did spill a little tea while on stage. I don't know exactly what she said though.
I know Loj was there. I could message them.
That's who I found out from.
I have a question for Kristen. That you're wearing what shirt are you wearing?
Rhythm Nation. We are a part of a rhythm.
Why is it covering both your breasts? That can't be real then. She goes, oh.
You're so funny.
I still don't understand why they ever did that. What was the upside of doing that anyway?
That was cool. Who cares?
Whip out a titty?
Yeah, it was a cool part of the dance. And then it was.
Listen to my talk. When Brittany whips one out.
Only my good.
It is 20 years ago. We are still talking about it, Tom. It achieved exactly what they wanted. 2004, yeah.
It was. I'm gonna have you naked by the end of this song. It was a cool part, and
then she had a nipple ring with that little sunburst.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was fine. I don't know.
What's wrong with you people?
It's still the most TiVo'd moment too. There are records set off of this actual moment. Yeah.
We all have nipples.
They have more sex. You wouldn't be so interested in tuning in. No, I don't know. I like it when performers are good. They don't have to do stuff like that to draw attention.
I like it when they do both. Entertain me
that's
with
true.
your body parts and sing like Janet Jackson. Do both.
She is a great singer.
And it was the Super Bowl, so you have to go
Yeah,
big.
right. That's right.
Show me some skin. Am I right?
God, their ratings plummeted and they haven't even started yet.
Show me the nips.
Show me the nips.
Free the nip.
Yes. Who cares?
Are you going to, you and Kendall going to do your own fake nipples now?
We're going to literally just have our nips out the whole show, but it's radio, so it's not that
So
exciting.
nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Not on radio, they
Help
don't.
the social media to make it a thing.
These are our boobs. They're under our shirt almost every day.
And then you'll get banned from social media anyway because you showed your nips.
Thank
Oh,
God.
does it really get banned for that now?
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Oh no, Elon's.
Tom rips his shirt off. He's been trying to get banned.
Elon won't, but Meta will.
Yeah.
And so will TikTok. Will
I'd love to be like, I'd love to post. I would love to post, but I'm banned from social media.
Sorry.
There's a shock. I just saw Andy got here. Andy, come and say hello to Brittany.
Andy, I'll come say hi soon.
He's coming.
All right. Hi, Andy.
You guys have known each other for 20 some years, haven't you?
Andy, I knew when you were the day you came out. You want to do a weird side hug?
Sure.
We'll do the awkward side hug. Those
Weird
are always
side
good.
hug.
Awkward.
Oh,
I
look
love
at
Andy.
Andy.
You guys have known each other how long?
I don't know. How long have we known each other?
I don't know. You're gonna disparage me just for asking.
I was asking Andy. I'm
You're
not.
a
He's the
disaster.
As
smart
long
one.
as Justin and Janet's nipple reveal.
I don't think
20 years.
I don't think that long.
I think it might be.
Dang, are we old?
I think we might. I remember that happening. We were still living in Dayton at the time. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Long time.
Long time.
The family deal. Well, you were 17 when you started at the Q, weren't you?
No,
I thought you were.
I was 20, but I
Oh, you
just
were
always let
20,
you say
okay.
that. I don't know.
Well,
I
somebody told me you were 17, but it might have been Gelfand.
Acted 17.
I looked 17. Still do.
I got to run this by you, but don't tell him I said this. Did you see that picture of Chuck Schumer and his wife they put out?
No.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
That's Gelfand in drag, isn't it?
What? Oh no, are we talking about? Oh
Yeah.
no.
Do we have to Google this?
He had
We
burgers.
have to Google this.
They did some like Father's Day gathering, and he had his grill, one burner fired up, and then he had a bunch of raw hamburger patties, and one of them had cheese on it.
Yeah, that's
He
how
was
you
trying to-
cook it.
Yeah, he's trying to show off that he was an expert.
Is
griller.
that's Gelfand wearing in drag, isn't it?
We're Googling it.
Gelfand wishes.
That's really nice.
I'm like, I have to put on the glasses to see
I don't
exactly.
know. Cute.
She's at the state dinner, the photo I pulled up. She looks nice.
Yeah, it looks
Or no.
nice.
No, Chuck Schumer.
Chuck Schumer.
Chuck, not Amy.
No.
I wrote Chuck
I'm
Schumer.
pulling up his wife. His
Oh,
wife is at the
wife.
state dinner.
Okay, never mind.
There are
Yeah.
pictures where I can see it. Absolutely.
He did. She looks like Gelfand.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm here to tell you,
Well,
ladies and
all old
gentlemen.
people look the same.
Oh, here we go. Now,
I look like
disparage-
everybody. I get that all the time. Sometimes
You
people have
do?
familiar faces. Yeah, I have a face that I think that a lot of people have.
I don't think that's true in the least.
I just get related to anybody with big eyebrows. They'll be like, "Oh, you look like that person."
Right, you
I'm
look like a member of the Levy family.
Look, it's a female Groucho Marx.
See? Oh, yeah. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I'd like to be related to Eugene and Dan.
Right.
Love. That would be amazing.
That
Why
would be so
Love-
great.
Love to be in an episode of Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, one of my favorite shows ever.
It is a great show. But
Perfect from start to
SCTV
finish.
SCTV was by far much better than Saturday Night
I
Live.
have to
Way
trust ya.
far and away better.
where do you watch it now?
It's I mean,
I bet it's on Pluto or Tubi. We've been talking about that all week.
I'm too scared. I'm too scared to enter the Tubi world.
Yeah, the
Hey.
Dick Van Dyke Show.
I will never.
Brit, Tubi is literally the #2 streaming channel after YouTube.
Fine.
really?
Fine, I'll
Beats
do it.
everything. Yeah, beats
Yeah.
Paramount, Max, Disney Plus, everything right now.
Then why is its name so dumb?
I know.
Ask
Tubi.
Fox Entertainment who owns Tubi.
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 I think it's like the based off of like the boob tube, right?
Yeah.
Like Tubi.
Yep.
I suppose it makes sense.
I'm gonna-
Ethan uses it to watch Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. So
All right.
there you go.
And that
Oh,
one's,
Ethan does?
is that one free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free.
Free with ads.
You don't have to spend any of that
It's a
big
fast
check you're
channel.
getting from
fast.
MyTalk.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get all the streaming services now that I'm a big timer.
Oh God, we're never gonna hear the end of this. Here it
You can
comes.
get the bundle, Brittany.
Oh, I don't even want a bundle. I want to pay for each one like Tom does twice.
I'm glad I'm
This
not
is
the
true.
only one that is astonished by that. He'll be like, I rented a movie, and I'm like, that was $20. And you already have every subscription channel.
You could have watched that on HBO Max or whatever. And
I
he's
like
like,
I
no.
appreciate that he is single-handedly keeping Hollywood in business because I wouldn't have a
Exactly right.
job otherwise. So
I mean,
thank
to be
you.
fair, sometimes here you go. There's your applause.
Yeah.
Sometimes Melissa and I will like we watched the Jurassic Park series
Yeah.
a few months ago. We owned the box set, but we were like, it's all the way downstairs.
There you go.
Let's just watch it on streaming. It's,
Yeah,
you know.
there you go.
I think the nicest thing is Tom's actually been paying for my streaming for a long time.
I didn't even know that, but it doesn't surprise me.
Can you
at
pay for
all.
mine?
Sure.
I think I already do. I'm not really.
It's crossing state lines. It's
Did
illegal.
you just volunteer him to pay for hers too?
Sure.
Yeah, of course
I
you
got his
did.
card number somewhere.
What a shock.
You know how many times you've handed me your card and I like literally show you that I deleted off my computer because I'm so scared. You hand your card way too easily to
Yeah.
people.
I'd be like, shoes. Oh, I'm sorry. How did that get on your card?
That's what Catherine kind of says, as a matter of fact.
As soon as like anything, it was a charity or whatever, he's like, here, take my card and put this to this. I'm like, why is your card so heavy and why do I have it right now?
There is
metal.
Were you with me? Were you with me that I can't remember you were with me that time when somebody had to buy a car to support some family that was just their house burned down.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I put the car on my card.
That's insane.
That was
We get a lot of miles that way.
Yeah, you get a lot of miles on your card that way. That's true, but it was
free
well
trips.
worth doing it. Yeah, probably. We have to wrap this up. I don't like the fact we should extend this into the family deal, man. We'll just keep going with the same crew.
Just roll forever.
God, Britt, are you going to stick around for a couple of minutes to be on the beginning of the
Come on,
family?
Britt. Nope, it'd be fun.
Oh,
Nope.
you know
That's
what?
an extra fee, Tom.
Yeah.
A fee.
It's
Like
an
I'm gonna start
appearance
paying
fee.
a
I told Rocco I'd roll in by 10, so I got to sneak out.
Who's Rocco?
Rocco does all of our imaging,
Oh,
You might know him from Rocco's Modern Life.
which is
Rocco's
an
Modern
amazing
Life.
TV show. Mr. and Mrs. Big Head.
Mhm, the big heads.
How do I not know who Rocco is?
Rocco's lovely.
He'll be fine if you're a couple minutes late.
You'd know his voice if you heard it.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you've probably met Rocco. I think.
I must have,
Yeah, he's funny.
because I think of two people: Rocco Forte, who I grew up with, and Rocco the golfer.
Yeah,
Those are the two Roccos that I know. You know what I mean?
it's a good name, and his kid's name is Bruno. Isn't that cute?
Rocco and Bruno.
Amazing.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute?
It's very like Italian.
It's a very Italian. Mozzarella. Say mozzarella. It's the worst.
Mozzarella.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, mozzarella.
Oh, it's the worst. I can't believe you've had sex.
Oh my God, boy! Look at the time, ladies and gentlemen.
On that note,
Kick her out of the building. Get out of the
sorry,
building.
Andy.
It usually comes up.
I'm so sorry, Andy, but like, really? That's why your dad says mozzarella? It's the worst.
From now on, if anyone single out there, you go on a blind date, make sure to make them order mozzarella.
Yeah,
just to see what
find
they
out.
say.
You don't want to be stuck with this.
What are you pointing to me for?
What if you're married 10 years and all of a sudden you're like, hey, will you pick up some mozzarella? And you're like,
It's not mozzarella, it's mozzarella.
my vagina
mozzarella.
is all I'm
Your
saying.
vagina would close.
Mozzarella sticks.
This
Hey,
could be a
everybody.
filthy- Is this going to be a
Mozzarella
filthy
stick.
show you're going to do?
Stick around for the family, eh?
It's that
Oh my
MyTalk
God.
influence. You know,
Brought to you by North American Baking.
a
Boy,
better
look,
banking experience.
Kristen,
Remember
why do
after
I
I see
still
an
work
equal
here? Why
housing
didn't I retire like they said over at the
no.
Okay, is why you fired me.
I should fire you. There's no doubt about it. Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. I'm really glad that you two were on together. That's good.
It's a blast. Thanks, guys,
I
for having
know. I
me.
miss Britt.
This is such a
Congratulations. Happy for you.
thank you. This is such a cozy vibe here. So fun. Thanks, guys. I love it.
Cozy vibe.
Does
It's a
it,
cozy vibe.
I think you've been into studio more not on the show than you were when you were on the show.
Probably true.
Now I came in a lot. I loved coming in.
Now, who have you been talking to? Because you're actually paying attention now. What happened?
Drugs.
Adderall.
I just I did like 4 lines of Addy before I came in.
Oh, a little Addy, is it?
I did some Adda.
That's how you know they do it a lot, is when they have slang terms for it.
And me and JT did some poppers in the parking lot.
Did you poppers in Trevada?
Trevada for sure. Justin, I'm coming in hot tonight.
Poppers are nitrous oxide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know about that.
The family show is going to begin in just 10 minutes now. We kept Kristen kind of late
Well,
there.
we'll
Sorry
see.
about that, Kristen.
That's okay. It's all right.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Britt.
Bye.
All right. So, Britt, what are you leaving already?
I thought you were saying, I thought we were ending the show.
We are ending the show, but you don't have to stand up while I'm ending the
Sorry.
show. You impolite. No
class.
Sorry, doll.
No class at all. Let me tell you. All right. So, okay. So lay it out there, Brittany. You start when?
July 8th. Be
July
there
8th.
or be square.
107.1.
107.1, 3 to 6 p.m. We also podcast, but don't listen to the podcast while you're listening to Tom's podcast because that is not what we're going for.
Yeah. Cut the comedy, right?
Knock it off, people. So,
All
yeah,
right, we'll come back once in a while to promote your show.
Yeah,
That'd
I'd
be
love to.
good. All right, you pill.
I love you all.
Never liked you though.
This was fun for me. So.
All right, love you, sister, and thanks for coming
Bye.
in. We'll be back in 10 minutes.